If I might trouble you for a bit more of your time, I was wondering if you could help me find some wayward students. They are being disciplined, but snuck out of the study hall they were told to stay in while they did their homework. They call themselves the Brunching Club. I've looked throughout Pigswick. They must be in Pegasus Place or Tanglewood Way. Their names are Kelsey Dreamslinger, Micah Engelgrinder, Diora Skyflower, and Flynn Silvermorn. Return here after finding them. Can you find Kelsey Dreamslinger, Micah Engelgrinder, Diora Skyflower, and Flynn Silvermorn? They've gone missing.
I shouldn't even be in the brunching club. I was just bored and needed the extra study time.
Did Mrs. Dowager send you? Fun is over. I suppose I'd better be heading back.
I snuck away just to see if Mrs. Dowager noticed we were gone. I'll head back now.
I joined the brunching club to meet interesting people, but all we seem to do is sneak out of study hall.
Oh, good. You rounded them all up and got them safely back to their studies. I would give you a cookie if I had any. I was wondering if you could do me a slight favor. A very small thing indeed, but something I need help with. I have heard that Nalia Doomstrider and Randolph Spellshine are feuding with one another, and it absolutely must stop. I don't know what happened, but could you speak to each of them and learn what the issue is? See if you can resolve it. If you could, speak to Nalia Doomstrider and Randolph Spellshine in the student dormitory and see why they aren't speaking.
Randolph, I will tell you what's wrong. He asked me if I wanted to go sightseeing in Tanglewood Way, and then he left me there. I lost my wand. I was menaced by green men and barkskin tree ants. He didn't even send anyone after me. I barely escaped. I will make nice with him if he apologizes.
Oh, that? I thought she could take care of herself. Very well, then. If it bothers her so much, I really should apologize.
Randolph says he will apologize. That is all right, I suppose. I will even be polite. But if I get to face him in the dueling ring, he is done for.
The feud is over. They'll be polite with one another. Honestly, kids these days, I thought they liked one another.
Hello there. Could you help me? I'm in charge of a group of brand new students, and they've gone missing. I was providing the students a guided tour of Pigswick. Then I turned around and noticed they were nowhere to be found. We toured several classrooms, including those of Professor Velma Pepper, Professor Anku, and Professor Edna Fuligen. Could you help retrace our steps, speaking to each of those professors, and see if you can find where they went to? Could you speak to Professors Pepper, Anku, and Fuligen to see if they know where my missing students went to?
Funny you should ask. Eloise Clockwarden came through a while ago, chatting up a storm, lost in a world of her own. It was the strangest thing. She was alone, though she acted like she was lecturing someone.
Ah, Eloise, yes. That girl seems a little strange. She visited my classroom earlier, talking a mile a minute to thin air. It was a bit disconcerting, so I tried to ask what she wanted, but I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Yes, Eloise Clockwarden was in here earlier, pretending to lead a group of students on a tour. She was alone, though. I thought she was practicing her tour guide skills, so I played along and pretended she had students with her.
What? I was alone all along? I must have lost them before we toured the classrooms. Oh, no! I have a sinking feeling that the missing students might be in Pegasus Place. We stopped by my house for a moment and continued the tour to meet the professors. I must have left them there! Can you go to my house and let them know where I am? I'll stay here and wait for them. Can you go to my house in Pegasus Place and tell my students to meet me here?
The door is locked. You knock. Someone inside shouts that they can't get out, and that goblins took the key. You explain the situation to the students and give them directions back to where Eloise Clockwarden is waiting.
Thank you for rescuing my lost little sheep. I hope they don't think this sort of thing happens all the time around here.
As a scholar of the rare and impossible, I am fascinated by the incursion of wood goblins and hobgoblins on Pegasus Place. I would like to know more about them, particularly their tactics and strategies in battle. Can you go to Pegasus Place and scrap with a handful of each type and return here with notes about what you've learned? I'd consider it a favor if you defeated a handful of wood goblins and hobgoblins on Pegasus Place and told me about it. Thank you for your research. I hope it wasn't too academic for you.
I have an embarrassing confession to make. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to magic. I've just been using the old Frost Professor's lesson plans and presenting them as my own. The students don't mind. Unfortunately, my lesson plans are in my house, and my house is in Tanglewood Way. I can't get in, so I'm in a real pickle. I'm afraid of the walking plant men. Could you go to my house in Tanglewood Way and see if you could find my lesson plans? Can you find my lesson plans in my house in Tanglewood Way? I need them for class. Otherwise, I won't know what to say.
These look like the lesson plans Professor Burble told you about.
Thank you so much. I should get reading. My class is soon to start.
Can you help me with something? I lost my diary while I was sightseeing on Pegasus Place, and I'd like it back. I went to look around, but I suspect that one of the wood goblins took it. Can you go to Pegasus Place and get it back? Can you go to Pegasus Place and see if you can get my diary back from the wood goblin that took it? of it, did you?
Greetings again, Honorable Wizard of Ravenwood. I have been told that a part of this tournament is a cultural exchange. Would you like to learn about Mushu floral arrangement? It is a profound and beautiful part of our artistic heritage. You must first collect 3 flowers of exceeding beauty. I am told that the most wondrous are found on Tanglewood Way. Pick 3 flowers of exceeding beauty from those found on Tanglewood Way. Return here when you have them. Excellent choices. You have a discerning eye for beauty. Now you must take the flowers you have picked and place them into a harmonious and pleasant arrangement. I have set up a table for just such a purpose. Step up to it, use the tools at your disposal, and create beauty. Use the flowers you picked on the table and create a floral arrangement of beauty and odor.
You arrange the flowers, but you're a little messy about it.
I do not think that your arrangement is the best you are capable of. Perhaps you would like to try again. Use the flowers you picked on the table and create...
You meditate for a moment, thinking of calmness and inner quiet. Now you try again.
The result speaks for itself. Your work is superlative. I bow to your skill.
I understand from your Ravenwood transcripts that you're quite a detective, willing to help solve mysteries. We have a slight problem here in Pigswick's Merchant Street. Someone has spent some false gold, illusions cast on pebbles. Speak with the merchants affected, Oliver Quickneedle, Ophelia Moonreach, and Geoffrey Spellsmith, to find the guilty party. Speak with Oliver Quickneedle, Ophelia Moonreach, and Geoffrey Spellsmith to find who has passed them false gold.
Are you here about the false gold? Most disturbing that someone from Pigswick would stoop to such larceny. I have done business today with Professor Anku, Kisai Shugenja, Blaze Flamerender, Sergeant Harvey, and Danetta Sunscroll.
You've come about the counterfeit gold coins, yes? Good to see someone is paying attention to this terrible crime. I have done business today with Danetta Sunscroll, Randolph Spellshine, and Eloise Clockwarden. One of them is the guilty one.
Headmistress Crisp is sending students to do her detective work? Foreign students, no less. How strange. At any rate, today has been a slow day. The only business I've done was with Professor Drawers and Danetta Sunscroll.
Good work. Using the process of elimination, the only one to have visited all three merchants was Danetta Sunscroll. Since we've determined Danetta Sunscroll is the only one to have visited all three merchants, she may be the guilty one. I'd like to ask you to go speak to her. She may confess something to another student that she wouldn't tell me. Danetta Sunscroll should be in the student dormitory. Talk to her, find out what she has to say, and return to tell me. Speak to Danetta Sunscroll in the student dormitory to see if she's the guilty one. Return here when you've found out.
I know why you're here. You found me out, didn't you? I've been feeling guilty about it all day. I'm relieved you caught me. I knew it was a bad idea to spend that fake gold I got from the hobgoblins on Pegasus Place, but I thought it would be fun. I'll pay back everyone I gave the fake gold coins to. You can tell Headmistress Crisp I'll abide by any punishment she chooses.
So, the culprit suffered from a guilty conscience. I'm sad to see a good student gone bad, but at least she feels remorse. So, the hobgoblins that have overrun Pegasus Place are up to no good, giving my students the means to make mischief. They must be taught a lesson. Go into Pegasus Place and thrash 3 of those bounders, 1 for each merchant robbed. Actually, make it 4. Add 1 extra for the student they turn into a criminal. go into Pegasus Place and defeat 4 hobgoblins to teach them a lesson about meddling with my students. And so the matter comes to a satisfying conclusion. I dare say we make an excellent team, young wizard. You've proved your use helping out students and staff. How about helping out a few members of our faculty? One reason we sponsor this tournament is to provide less privileged students a chance at improving their education. Present yourself to Professors Price, Burble, and Bunch and see what aid you can provide. Return to me when you're done. Visit Professors Price, Burble, and Bunch throughout Pigswick Academy and return to me when you've spoken to each of them.
I've been wondering why no students volunteered to help me. Very well. Fresh meat. New blood. At any rate, I have plenty for you to do if you're up to the challenge.
How novel, a student helping me. I hope you can learn something. Let me know when you're ready.
Wonderful! I can certainly use some assistance. Check in with me whenever you're ready to roll up your sleeves.
You visited all 3 professors? I trust they broadened your educational horizons. Am I correct? You must accept my apology for the delays with the tournament. They're readying some of the dueling halls for the matches. In the meantime, perhaps you can make yourself useful. Our librarian, Hugo Chatterley, is in need of assistance. Please visit the library when you're able and ask Mr. Chatterley if he can find some use for you. Mr. Chatterley in the library could use a student assistant. I've selected you, so please make your way there.
Bravo! I was hoping someone would be assigned to help me out. So much to do. One of my student assistants has gone missing while venturing into the stacks, our archives. I sent Deirdre Nightrose in to fetch a textbook for me, but she has yet to return. Could you go look for her? I'm sure Deirdre has just gotten lost, but help her out if she's run into trouble. See if you can bring the textbook back as well. Could you go into the stacks and see if you can find out what happened to my assistant, Deirdre Nightrose, and get that textbook?
You hear a horrible growl and a faint cry for help. The Pigswick method of magic instruction teaches that students should be exposed only to theoretical discussion. Actual magic and spell casting is discouraged as vulgar and easy. The true path to magic is a restful attitude. For this reason, Pigswick students are given no homework, no studies, and spend most of their time taking naps. Well-rested students are eventually able to figure it out when it comes to the... Unfortunately, well-rested students are eventually able to figure it out when it comes to the use of magic. Unfortunately, few Pigswick students ever become real wizards, and most enter other trades.
Help! I accidentally summoned this rough beast and I can't be rid of it! Thank you for your help. I would have been trapped here all night if you hadn't come along. Tell Mr. Chatterley I'm all right. The textbook I was sent to find was about the magic of Grizzleheim. I'm not sure where the Wildclaw dropped it.
Zounds! A wild claw summoned into the stacks? What was Deirdre thinking? You could do me quite a service and round up some overdue library books from several of my less conscientious students. According to my records, these students have overdue books. Martin Bellwether, Blaze Flamerender, and Randolph Spellshine. They are likely in the student dormitory or elsewhere on campus. Find them, get those books back, and return them to the library. Seek out the 4-volume Pigswick papers, books to teach you about Pigswick. They are scattered throughout Wisteria.
My apologies. I had forgotten I had this checked out.
I've been so busy helping Master Glendemming with the tournament, I neglected to return that. Sorry.
I don't see what the big deal is. I would have returned that book when I got around to it.
I hope you thought to bring the books back. I can hardly remember where I left them. Great work. I'll make a book hound out of you yet.